Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhe Bhavatu Me Sada Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Hari Om. Krishnam Vande Jagatguru. Yes.
Hariom.
Can someone recollect? Namaste ji. Hari Om. Can someone recollect what is it that we have seen? We form the link and move ahead. Yes, anybody. If you can just give us the link. Yes, please.
May I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, Anita ji.
So we were talking about Arjuna expressing his feelings, and
Hmm.
Krishna being the patient listener. So he was listening to him without any interruptions, and
Yeah.
Arjuna went from 0 to 100 and 100 to 0 in his views. So he had
Hmm.
very contradictory views because he was just going on venting,
Yeah.
uh, very similar like having a panic attack.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes, yeah, Anita ji. Please continue. So it looked like
Uh,
Arjuna had a panic attack, isn't it?
Correct. And
Yeah.
we also talked about Swajan Hatya and whether he's a murderer.
Mhm.
That was the
Yeah.
point we stopped at.
Yes, isn't it? But if anybody talks about murder, immediately it strikes the consciousness, isn't it? Of anyone. Anyone's conscience will immediately, oh, am I doing something wrong? And this is something which it happens when a person is very emotionally disturbed. No? They kind of misrepresent certain truths. They are distorted by emotions. So anybody would like to take it ahead from what Anita ji just shared? So Arjuna was, we can say, in a state of panic. He was talking about his throat suddenly becoming parched and dry, fever. He was feeling feverish. Suddenly, there's a shiver from his spine. He's not able to hold on to his Gandiva Dhanusha. Anybody else? Yes, please.
Facing paradoxes during that entire stage.
Yes, yeah. Tripti, a little bit louder, ji. I can hear you. Just a little louder. Yes, please.
All the paradoxes he was facing there, the
Yeah.
same time he was ready for the battle, and suddenly now his gatras, everything was like, now I cannot
It's
fight, and I cannot not able
Yeah,
to
so it's very soft for some reason. I can't fully hear. So there, I think like what I understood Triptiji saying was there was a paradox of emotions that he was facing, and he was probably it's like so contradictory emotions, and he was just saying, "I cannot fight anymore." Right? Yes, Ji.
correct.
Anybody would like to add further? Sorry, I could not hear too clearly. So yes, Ji. Yes, please.
And through this whole venting of feelings by Arjuna, Krishna listens silently, letting him get his feelings out. So that patient hearing is one very important
Okay.
lesson we learn.
Yes, yes, patient hearing is there, but we will have to read the Gita fully because otherwise we will keep lending patiently and we don't know when to intervene. We'll become a dustbin of people's emotions, whether we can process it or not, how much is required. We don't know, and there's still a suspense. Is
But
Krishna accepting what Arjuna
Arjuna.
is saying? Is he, what is Krishna's opinion? Probably Arjuna in his emotions, he's searching Krishna's eyes and trying to get some answer. But Krishna is neutral, just listening without showing anything what he feels.
Currently.
Yeah. Anybody, do you think this is a very calculative strategy of Krishna, or it is just the most normal thing to do?
Not at all normal. It's
Not
definitely
normal. Shobhaj
calculated.
is saying, okay, yeah, because we would get frustrated, isn't it? Especially in this, our champion says, hey, and everybody is
Besides, uh,
depending.
besides, the
Okay.
other person will probably not listen if we cut in and start talking. It's better
Okay,
to
that
let
is an
them get to.
interesting point. Yes, Shabaj is saying the other person will not listen. Nidhi is adding something. Yes, Ji. Is it? Yes, Nidhi ji, were you adding something?
Yeah, maybe he's playing a sort of a prank also. That's why he purposely took Arjun and put the chariot in
Okay,
front of
so
Dronacharya. in front of his
Okay.
gurus and not in front of other people.
So Krishna knows probably he is what in his poise. Sometimes people understand behind the scene of things what happens, no? So Krishna, हाँ अभी तो ये इतना मस्ती में है, पता चल जाएगा अब थोड़ी देर में what's going to happen. So he just takes it there and he becomes what we can say a neutral observer. And sometimes it's very good. And as Shabaji has said, you try speaking to a person who is very emotionally disturbed. Try speaking logic. Give tattva, give Brahmagyan also to such a person. What will happen?
The person
It will
won't
be.
listen to it and he won't
It will not
absorb
go.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is when a person is not receptive. No, a person is not receptive. We should not speak. So how much is not speaking is also an aspect where neutrality is neutrality the only message of Gita, or is there something else? Let us see through Krishna's actions if he does intervene and what are the conditions under which he intervenes. Yes, Nandini ji, you're saying something? No, all right. Fine, let's continue. So this is where we were. Arjuna started quoting different sections of, I don't know which Nyaya Samhita was there at that time, but he was saying this is murder. Then Kulakshaya. Then he said Mitra Droha. So different. He even then started speaking like he is a expert Jyotishi. He says, I'm seeing bad signs. He says, I don't want, then there's delusion also. He says, I don't want Rajya of the Trailokya Rajya also.
I won't be able
Excuse
to
me.
enjoy any of the three realms
Yes.
of the world after killing my relatives.
Isn't this delusion? In a way, because maybe logic might, everybody has a perspective. A villain also has a perspective. Even a murderer has a perspective on why he's done. But there's a truth and there is a falsehood. Right now, Arjuna is speaking falsehood. Ground reality is boss is not getting a needle tip of land. And he is talking about Trailokya Raj.
And
But
he
this
has
is,
not yet
yeah,
won the war. He hasn't
it's
won the
not,
war. So
yeah.
why he's thinking that he'll be enjoying everything and
He's
he'll get
looking
it
at
all?
the outcomes already, no?
Yeah.
It's like, don't count your chickens before the eggs hatch. It is something like that. He is doing right now, looking at the consequences. Okay, so he says, I don't want to now. I see a certain selfishness also. He says, I don't want to incur sin. I don't want the papa on me. For that reason, I don't wish to fight. That's what he is telling. Then now he goes on. Let's see what he says. 40th shloka. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharmaha sanatana dharme nashte kulam kritsnam adharmo bhi bhavati tyuta. The act of killing one's own clan destroys our ancient ethical code of man. And when ethics of man are annihilated in his posterity, the sin is proliferated. I'll repeat once more. He says this act, it is a murder, and it is a murder of own family members. He says this is going to have terrible consequences. What are the consequences? He says Sanatan Dharma will be destroyed. In his fit of emotions, he is trying to invoke Krishna. I mean, evoke Krishna's response by saying that the Sanatan Dharma also will be destroyed. The act of killing one's own clan. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kula dharmaha sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam kritsnama dharmo bhi bhavatyuta. The act of killing one's own clan destroys our ancient ethical code of man. And when ethics of man are annihilated, in his posterity, the sin is proliferated. So he says this papa will move to descendants because you destroy the Kula Dharma, then you will destroy families. And when families are going to get destroyed, the ancient ethical code, that is the Sanatan Dharma's code, will be destroyed. And then when this is destroyed, this papa will go to future generations also. And posterity, this will lead to destruction, not just one generation, of several generations also. How is Arjuna sounding? Is this logical what he says? Somewhere, can we say this is understandable to some extent? He says families will get destroyed. This is going to lead to what we can say a lot of uh, disturbance and chaos and destruction, not for just one generation, several
Yeah,
generations also.
yeah, that's
So,
what we say.
yes, ji, Veena ji?
Yeah,
Yes?
exactly. That's what we say, right? We say,
Yeah.
suppose,
So we say
yeah,
that because nobody wants to destroy generations
yeah.
also. But
We
can
always say
somebody
if
tell
you do,
me? Yes, ji. Yes, ji. Are
yeah,
you
like
saying
we
something?
say, if you do something good, it's not for yourself, it's for your children and the coming generations. They will have a better life or whatever it is. So it's the same thing what he says.
Yeah. And everybody who says it, do they have the vision of what is going to happen in the future generations?
No.
No, isn't it? No. Okay. And what is this Sanatan Dharma? Anybody? What is this Sanatan Dharma? He says Sanatan Dharma will get destroyed. So what is this Sanatan? Anybody?
Eternal,
Yes, Jayaji? Yes, sir?
eternal order.
Yes, eternal. Eternal is something which is cannot be destroyed at all, isn't it? But he now Arjuna says because now he has to take part in the battle. He is now invoking. That's why emotions sometimes really rile up a person, and then sometimes they give very good commentaries in emotions, but they're not very much grounded. Emotionally, one politician is down south, very close to where we stay. He claimed to have the power to eradicate Sanatan Dharma. But his party got eradicated in the polls immediately. But Sanatan Dharma is something which is beyond politics. It is something which is beyond any individual. It is something which is eternal. It is Shashwata. It is something which has been carried forward. We had invaders destroying our books. They had burnt libraries. They had destroyed people who were anybody was trying to follow the ancient code of Dharma of Bharat. They were killed. They were coerced into just like going away from it. Many went, yet many stayed, and if you look at it, it is still standing, isn't it? Because it is eternal. But Arjuna right now feels even Sanatan Dharma will get destroyed if Arjuna does the duty of taking part in the battle. It's like a child saying, if I finish my homework, this will create a lot of trouble for the future generations. No more scientists will be born in the world. I mean, this is not a right logic which Arjuna is using. His emotions are right now misplaced. Sanatana Dharma cannot be destroyed is a fact. That is why it is called eternal. But let us see now. And Arjuna does get a realization of his own statement. He has to eat his word later in the Gita. We will see where is it that he eats this word about Sanatana Dharma being destroyed. Because he finds something, some truth he realizes. But when he does, let us remember this that he said it in 2.40 that in 1.40 that this will get destroyed. Let's continue. अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वर्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसंकरः. And oh Krishna, in a household that is sinned, the women members only suffering you find. And when the women are afflicted, the balance of society is affected. So he says, see, Arjuna, Krishna, what's going to happen? He says, if you see
Hello.
yes, a minute, I think we can talk later. Oh, yes. Oh, Krishna, in a household that is sinned, the women members only suffering you find. And when the women are afflicted, the balance of society is affected. If you look at predominantly in the Mahabharata times, though women warriors did exist at that time also, the males were fighting. And all of them, if they get killed, he says, then the women are going to get helpless. This is Arjuna's statement. It is not Krishna's statement. It is not Pramana. This aspect which Arjuna is quoting, we must understand this is like he has said, Har Sanatan is going to get destroyed. Cannot be. So here also, this is Arjuna's understanding. He says when the women members are suffering, women are affected, society is affected. This is also very true, isn't it? Society, even in modern day societies, if you look at it, society is looked after and run by women only. If you see in Pondicherry where we are, alcohol is very, very cheap and a lot of people drink, and that leads to so many problems. In the village where our unit is there, even in our own unit, we have at least two people whose husbands have drunk to their death. But their family is still standing because the women members are still working. And the society is because the mother is always the woman. She is bringing the child. And this is a very important aspect. So what Arjuna is quoting right now is not fully wrong. Only the context is very different. That is why context is everything. Right now, Arjuna can become a good leader of a political party, but he is a Kshatriya. This time, this is not right what he is saying. He goes on further. He says, Sankaro naraka yaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham luptapendo dakakriya. He says, in the lives of such sinners, only hell descends. So he says Naraka is going to be, the Dwara of Naraka will be open, the person will enter into Naraka. And in their families too, it extends. Even those who receive the libations and rice, the ancestors fall in stature even after their demise. This is something which Arjuna is probably overstepping his understanding of the other lokas. Bhuloka is also something is going to get affected. He now claims that even the Pitar Loka is going to get affected. He says not only will that person's life get destroyed and that person will go to Naraka, but the entire family also will go to Naraka, is what he says. And even the Pitar. I don't know if Arjuna authored Garuda Purana. Right now, he is talking exactly as if he knows what's going to happen. This is the truth, isn't it? We do not know. Can we guarantee and say that I know what's going to happen tomorrow? Can any of us say that? In our life only, we don't know. I'll say I want to live a good, long life. I want a healthy life. But can I get a guarantee of what's going to happen?
No way.
No way, isn't it?
No way.
And here he is taking guarantee for the afterlife. As if in the Pitar Loka also suddenly Pitar Loka I have done the Shraddha Kriyas, my ancestors are in Shanti, their Shanti is going to get Bhanga. By what? I mean, let them enjoy, isn't it? In the Pitar Loka, they're happy, maybe they might be just looking at, I don't know what they do, I have not been there. But Arjuna claims to have understood that secret also, that Pitar Loka also will be affected by this action of Arjuna. As if suddenly gravity will function and Pitar Loka also all will descend. That is not what is the truth. He goes on further. And you see, Krishna is quiet. Krishna is aware. Krishna knows. He knows about the journey of life. He knows the journey of death. Adhyaya 8 of the Bhagavad Gita talks about the post-death journey, the kinetics of the departing soul for yogis. He knows everything, but he is now quiet. He's like, okay, all right. A lot of time experts don't speak a lot. No? They keep quiet. Even when people are ignorant and they speak something, they say, all right, let it continue. It's all that's exactly what Krishna is doing. Arjuna is now all over the place, right? From physical difficulties, emotional difficulties, psychological difficulties. Now he's talking about spiritual problems, or he's talking about occult dreams, which he has really no idea of. He's just claiming that the worst case scenarios are going to manifest. He goes on, Doshai retaihi kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi utsadante jati dharmaha kuladharmascha shashvataha. This is also a very misquoted shloka of the Bhagavad Gita, but it's again Arjuna. What is he saying? He says, these sinners and destroyers of families bring forth to the societies loss and tragedies. By destroying the ancient code of the human race, they break families and spread disgrace. These same sinners who take part in battles and destroy the families of others, they are not only causing disturbance to themselves, disturbing the women, disturbing consequently as a result, disturbing societies, not only disturbing society, disturbing ancestors. And he goes on further. He says, they bring tragedies, probably earthquakes will take place is what Arjuna is saying. If he takes part in this battle, tragedies will take place for humanity. And by destroying the ancient code of the human race, by destroying what is called Jati Dharma, they will they'll break family and spread disgrace. Can someone just tell me what is this Jati Dharma he's talking about? Anybody? Yes? This is very interesting. A lot of interpretations have been made for this shloka, and some people call it Pramansh, this shloka of Arjuna. Yes, please. Anybody? What is this Jati Dharma? Yes, Nidhi.
Even in the ancient, it is said like in some Vedas, I have read one Ved in that there was a mention, like the society was divided into char varn. Like,
Varna. But
yeah,
Varna is different from Jati, isn't it? Jati is a sect. Jati means a sect. There are Chaturvarna. There are Chaturvarnas.
that I
But
don't.
jatis are many, many jatis. There are sects, and it's like so many of them. And what Arjuna is claiming right now is that there's going to be if you look at some other translations, they say this will lead to people intercaste marriages. That was one thing my friend was very angry with Bhagavad Gita. He said Bhagavad Gita is telling don't have any marriage with another caste. Nowhere is it told in the Bhagavad Gita. This is a very wrongly misquoted translation of this sloka, and we know the context. It's Arjuna who is right now depressed. He's finding some reason to not take part in the battle, so he's saying that. As far as what is this Chaturvarna which Nidhiji talked about, that Krishna himself is going to explain, not only in the 18th chapter, elsewhere. We will understand very beautifully what is the Varna. Because is it the same as what people call in modern times caste? Caste is something which has come from it's an English word, which is again having a origin from Portuguese, the castes. It is completely different. Gita does not talk about it. Sri Aurobindo, in fact, asks a very beautiful question. What is the caste of the soul? Anybody?
No caste.
Isn't it? It is like that. So let us see now. Let us see what Krishna is going to tell us. We will see. But right now it's Arjuna. Arjuna is quoting so many reasons.
Can I
He says,
ask a doubt, please?
of course, yes, ma'am. Yes, Ji.
I didn't understand what Arjuna meant by that Jati Dharma.
Jati Dharma is going to take part is like now you see what is going to happen. There will be marriages for the widows. They will get remarriage. There are different interpretations. Jati in general in Sanskrit refers to a particular sect.
Okay.
Eh, like in Marathi, they say Prani Jati means animals.
Okay.
So a group is called Jati. So
Thank you.
that is what Arjuna is claiming here. Let's just continue. So as of now, we have not come across any verse in the Gita which is telling that there is nothing of this sort. So let's continue. We go to the shloka number 44. Utsanna kuladharmana manusyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavati iti anushruma. Those whose code of duty is vanquished, the fates of such men are sealed and finished. They are doomed for eternity to dwell and suffer for their actions in the realms of hell. This is such people who have lost their code of ethics. They are now, who are these people he's talking about? He's talking about people who are taking part in battles like Kurukshetra. So he says these people who are taking part in such battles, their fates are sealed. Their fates are sealed, their fates are finished. Color it can be called species, but here he's referring basically to the warriors, families, and everybody. So we could consider it that also as what Kaji has said in the comment section. But let's continue. Here he says, those whose code of duty is vanquished, the fates of such men are sealed and finished. They are doomed for eternity to dwell and suffer for their actions in the realms of hell. He says they are for eternity going to suffer in hell for taking part in such battles, which are destroying societies, which are resulting in tragedies, which are affecting. So, if you look at it, a soldier who has lost his code of conduct will suffer consequences, isn't it? If we understand, maybe later on karmic theory will be there, but cause and effect is there. You do wrong, you will get wrong consequences. That is true. But here there is a complete misrepresentation of facts here in Arjuna's case. Next, Arjuna goes to the highest level. He asks Krishna if he was greedy. This is the level, and this we must understand this that is why we should not get disturbed when somebody speaks something in a state of emotions. We must understand that this individual is no more speaking in a good control of understanding of right and wrong. It is just the emotions speaking. Because let's look at the next shloka. He says, Ahobata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobhena hantum swajana mudyata. How did we agree to commit this sin? Just for the kingly comforts we desired to win. Our own clan did we seek to kill. Alas, this terrible feat, why did we will? Arjuna says, Hey Krishna, why did we agree to commit this sin? Why did we agree to take part in this battle? Just for kingly comforts that we wanted? Our own clan did we try to seek to kill? This killing of own clan is the biggest curse, he says. Why did we will this? Can someone tell me, is this a right accusation? Did Arjuna have desire for wealth?
No,
No. Krishna?
no,
No, isn't it?
They were just
no.
asking for what was rightfully theirs, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And it was not desire for wealth. It was to do something which
No.
is right, isn't it?
Yes,
Now,
nobody is disagreeing.
yes, yes, at least the Pandavan side, it was quite clear. Their objectives, their mission, their purpose, everything was clear. But right now, in emotions, this is what has happened. How many times have we experienced that we have gone to help and help our friends, offer some counsel to somebody, and then we are only accused of being the person who had a ill intention or अरे bad नजर थी तुम्हारी इसीलिए ये problem आया. I was only asked. I gave an opinion. It was not an opinion that was favorable. But have we not experienced this in life? We go to do something with a good intention and then we are our own friends. They start claiming that we are the ones. How many of us have experienced this?
I
Anybody?
think we all have.
All.
Everybody, isn't it? Everyone. Okay, this is interesting. So all people who go. So I think Krishna is also just like us then in this matter, isn't it? Krishna also, what did he do? He went, he said, I'll give my Narayani Sena the other side. He said, I don't care about my reputation. I'll be your Sarathi. No problem, boss. I'll drive you. I'll take you on your wherever you want. I'll take you. And then he says, Where be greedy? Who went as a messenger? Who went as a messenger to prevent the battle? Who took all efforts to prevent this from happening? It was Krishna only. Yet he is accused. So, what is Krishna going to do? Or what would we do if we are accused? Anybody? How did we would have got frustrated? We would have got angry. We would have said, I'm cutting ties with you. Enough. No more will you. I don't care anymore about you. This life we will never meet. Even next 10 lives we are not going to meet. All these dialogues do come in because they're action and reaction. One person's lower emotions trigger another person's emotions. But this is not Krishna. Nobody has a remote which can control Krishna. Krishna is quiet. Krishna is Shanta. Even in the face of the worst accusation, he is quiet. Let us see. He has not spoken a word, even though such a horrible accusation has been made. He goes on further. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastra panayah dhartharashtra rane hanyus tanme shemataram bhavet. If I face their armies unarmed, and by Kauravan weapons I am killed, I would still retain some glory by allowing them to claim a victory. I repeat once more, these are Arjuna's words, the same confident Arjuna who is the Parantapa, who is the number one archer, who is the, we can say, best of the best. That same Arjuna is saying these words. If I face their armies unarmed, and by Kauravan weapons I am killed, I would still retain some glory by allowing them to claim a victory. Isn't this a death wish now? Can we call this a suicidal thought? Yes or no? Can anyone tell me what is the glory that Arjuna will get, which he's thinking he will get if he gets killed by weapons? Just trying to understand his perspective, Arjuna's perspective here, even if it may be wrong. Yes, Natiji.
He may be considered stupid.
Hmm?
He may be
Sorry?
considered stupid. Like,
Huh.
when he's such a good warrior, then
Yeah.
why did he pick up his, and it's his duty. He's a Kshatriya. It's his
Yes,
duty.
yes.
And why didn't he perform his duty and pick up the bow and arrow and use it against his opponents?
Yes, opponents. But now he's not seeing them as opponents, isn't it? He's now is it's like the eyes are. He said he will be killed by his own brothers. Archana ji has written कि अरे ठीक है मेरे लोगों ने मेरे को मार डाला. That is all the glory is what he's thinking. This is a moral, a kind of sentimental. Yes, Kalaji would like to add something. Yes, please.
No, no. Historically, I mean, I do not know about the Mahabharata times, but he says
Yeah.
anybody who becomes Shaheed is considered very great. So, is that
No,
what it
but
means?
Shaheed is a martyr of a good cause is very different because you see, we have 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, also sometimes young 21-year-olds rushing to fight a terrorist without any guarantee that their lives will be saved or any guarantee that their sacrifice will be respected or their family members will also be taken. But they are still martyrs because they have gone for a good cause and they have fought. But Arjuna is feeling like I need to run away now. And he says, if I get destroyed also by these people, it is okay, I will get some glory. My question is, what is the glory there in running away from the battle?
Papa Punya concepts wrongly
Okay,
understood.
okay, that's rightly said, isn't it? Truptiji is just perfectly said. The Papa and Punya concept of Arjuna, he says, this is Papa, and if I take part, I will be saving myself from it. And he feels he is going to get some glory or some good. Tell me what good is going to happen to his family members? Anybody? When he's alive only they are not treating they are not treating him properly. They disrespected Draupadi. Now he is a warrior and he has a strength. That time only he is facing such opposition. When that strength is removed and withdrawn from him, what will happen?
He is not
They will
thinking of any of these things. He is just thinking
no,
of himself, his own
because this is
power.
what, yeah. Triptiji, why does this happen? Or
I
anybody, why
think
does
he's
this happen?
delusional.
That is right.
He's
We
being
can
delusional.
classify it as delusion. All right. But why does this happen? We want to try to understand from our perspective why such a brilliant chap, such a great warrior like Arjuna suddenly has got
Shri,
overwhelmed.
Shri
Anybody?
Arun usually
Jnana
says
In
Daya Vipareet
Atma
Buddhi.
Daya. Na?
Yes, Satyji?
Atma Daya. Shri Arvind said a nice word for this. Na, ki, he thought like what you can say
Misplaced
Daya.
compassion. Misplaced compassion.
Self compassion. Self compassion.
Okay, self-compassion and or we can call it misplaced compassion also in a way.
Misplaced compassion.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. That's one thing. Nidhi is
Empathy.
adding something.
Actually, his
Vinash Kale Vipareet Buddhi.
correct.
Okay. Yes, somebody else who says agreed with what Nidhi says. Vinashak. Okay, that is right. That is right. Kalaji has written apathy. And so all these factors, when it can happen to Arjuna, it can happen to every one of us also. We must just understand this. Emotions overwhelm a person. He is now accusing Krishna of being greedy. Nobody, Arjuna will never, the real Arjuna will never think this way. But our real Arjuna is not there. Right now, Arjuna is in the Maya of his emotions. He is lost in the emotions, and the emotions are making him speak anything and take a wrong decision. This is a decision which is going to affect him permanently, isn't it? And nothing good will come out of this decision. And that is exactly what is happening to our dear Arjuna. What happens then? You see, Sanjay Uvacha. एवम् उक्त्वा अर्जुनः सांख्ये रथोपस्थ उपाविशत् विसृज्य सशरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः. After saying so, Arjuna, amidst the warfield, his bow and arrow, he refused to wield. He dropped down onto his chariot seat. In delusion, he had already accepted defeat. This is the very sad situation of our Arjuna. That in the middle of the battlefield, he is now refused. He is declared, I cannot fight. I will get some glory, and he drops down onto his chariot seat. Can someone tell me who is smiling right now? Who is happy with this decision of Arjuna?
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra.
The biggest, isn't it? Dhritarashtra. What about Duryodhana?
He also.
Duryodhana
I think
also,
he
isn't
would
it?
be upset that he
I
could
feel,
not
but
come.
Duryodhana is
Not yet
sorry.
aware of.
Oh no, but they're just seeing it's visible, isn't it? Duryodhana would see he's come right in the center of the battlefield. Chalo, that's good. So this is what happens when the warrior puts down the weapon. They immediately, that too, all the forces will go for the kill. That is exactly what Arjuna's state is. Arjuna is right now in depression, and right now he is unable to even stand. He's not able to hold his weapon also, and he just falls into the chariot seat. So let us see. Again, Sanjay has to speak. He does not allow Dhritarashtra to be happy for too long. He's already on Krishna's side, though it's covertly. Let us see. We enter into what is the second adhyaya of the Bhagavad Gita. Before we enter into the second adhyaya, just a few points that we can take from the first adhyaya for our life. Number one is that decisions taken in a fit of emotions are mostly wrong decisions. We have to be very, very careful, isn't it? Next is it is all right to confide our weakness into someone, but this someone should not be Duryodhana, should not be Shakuni, should not be all our opponents. This someone should be somebody we can trust. How do we know someone we can trust? We have, we are adults, isn't it? We have a lived experience. We can understand. And if we do trust in somebody and we feel somebody has broken the trust, it's all right. We need to find a trusted person. Normally, a trusted elder in your life must be there. A friend who has time and again you've understood you can stand by. Or if nobody is there like this, it's all right. You can go to a psychiatrist, you can go to someone and get help. Don't be alone. Don't lock yourself up. Don't let these thoughts to overcome you because then these thoughts will lead to the same situation that has come to Arjuna. A champion warrior is feeling powerless. It's like Superman wearing an armor of kryptonite. No use of all those powers then. So let us see. This is the challenge for Krishna, and this is what they call the psychotherapy of Krishna. He begins now after the patient, but the patient has to understand the patient that I am the patient. Till then, doctor cannot operate. So right now, Arjuna still does not know. He is still emotional. Let us enter into the second adhyay. Sanjay Uvacha. Tam tatha krupaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantam midam vakyam uvacha madhusudana. There's an interesting name of Krishna, Madhusudana. If anybody knows this, Vishnu has a Sahasra Nama of Vishnu, or even in the Shodasha Nama, this name Madhusudana comes. Aushadhe Chinte Vishnu. And yes, sir, Jayji. Yes, sir. You were sharing something. Anything about it, sir?
Killer of Madhu, right?
Yes, yes. And in the Sankata Kala, when you are in difficulty, Krishna is invoked as Madhusudana. So right now, Sanjay is speaking. He says, to Arjuna, who was thus depressed, sorrowful, distraught, and distressed, teary eyed, remorseful, and devoid of hope, the following words Krishna spoke. So these are the words of Krishna. Let us see. Are they emotional? Is he going to, Arey yaar, mere laadle, what is this happened to you? Oh no, my heart is also feeling bad because you are feeling bad. What is the language? Just let us observe because it's very beautiful. Krishna is speaking right now. Krishna is intervening. This is something which is very nice. Let us see. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha कुतस्त्व कश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यम् अजुष्टम् अस्वर्ग्यम् akirtikaram Arjuna. Words of the divine Krishna. Arjuna, from where has this delusion so untimely within you arisen? This behavior doesn't behove brave hearts, seekers of heaven or fame, nor stalwarts. So he's just asking, where has this delusion suddenly come in? कहाँ से आया? Where did you catch this infection? Where has it come in from? Meaning he is very nicely dissociating Arjuna from his negative thoughts. You are not your negative thoughts. That is one thing we must understand. Most of the time, sometimes people sit for meditation and then they get very bad thoughts and then they start cursing themselves. I am such a bad person. What is this? It's all right. These are your mind's a transmitter. You're receiving thoughts from somewhere. You are not your thoughts. Today you are having this thought, tomorrow you will have another thought. So Arjuna is first, Krishna is not directly instructing him because Arjuna, we do not know if he wants to receive any instruction from Krishna also. But he does his work. He just says, from where has this delusion so untimely within you arisen? This behavior doesn't behave brave hearts, seekers of heaven or fame, nor stalwarts. Almost like an elder, isn't it? बेटे पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे तो फेल हो जाओगे. Something like that. It's simple as that. He's like, this is not the way. You will not get the swarga that you want. You will not get any kirti. If you are a seeker of kirti, this will not lead to you. This will not give any fame also. It goes on further. Klaibyam ma smagamaha partha naitatvaya upapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva parantapa. So he says, you're talking about giving up. Well, I'll tell you something what you can give up. He says, yield not to this importance of action. Not worthy of you is such a renunciation. This base weak-heartedness has no relevance. Give this up. Stand up, O warrior of eminence. He says, Uttishta Parantapa. He says, rise, O Parantapa. Arjuna, remember who you are. You are the champion. You are a Parantapa, harasser of enemies. Uttishta. I think in many households in India, early morning, there is a Uttishta Govinda. There is a nice bhajan which is chanted, isn't it? How lucky Arjuna is that Krishna himself is telling Uttishta Arjuna. Krishna is asking him to rise. He says, this importance of action. You want to give up something? Give this importance of action. Klaibyam Mahatma. Don't be impotent, is what he is saying. As a Kshatriya, he is important here. Not worthy of you. This is not worthy of you. Such a renunciation. This is not a tyag at all. This has no relevance as well. It's irrelevant, whatever you are saying. Give this up. If you want to give something up, give this up. Stand up, O warrior of eminence. So Arjuna is depressed, and to that depressed Arjuna, Krishna is not just going in, emotionally just saying some more words. Instead, he's speaking. Is he shouting at Arjuna? Is he
No,
scolding here? No.
no,
So,
Is he showing over concern for Arjuna?
no.
No, isn't it? He's being neutral, no? Absolutely. Because that is the best attitude at such moments. I remember when in my final year of college around 2011 or something, or 2010, around that time. At that time, I saw some story in Reader's Digest of children in Africa. They are not getting food, and that made me so sad. I started weeping, and I was not able to celebrate my birthday. Also, I was like, see, the people there are not happy, and how can they're not having food? They're eating mud. What can I do? And all of that. And around that time, I got introduced to my guru. I went to him and I asked him the same question, which was disturbing me. Damleji asked me one very nice question. He said, who can wipe another person's tears? Only a person who is not crying can wipe, isn't it? Otherwise, what can I do? Acha, acha, tum bhi ro rahe ho, chalo, I'll also sit. Let us both cry for some time to our heart's content and move away. We'll not be able to do anything if we also get emotional. So Krishna loves Arjuna. Krishna cares for Arjuna. Yet Krishna is maintaining a very steady poise right now. He's only speaking limited words. Arjuna spoke so much. Krishna just gave two words, two shlokas. He says, Klebyam, don't be impotent in your actions. This is irrelevant. Stand up. Uttishta parantapa. Fight. That is clear. And it is decisive. It is a point which he is making, and he is being very clear also in it. These are not harsh, but they are sharp and they are clear. He says, get up. This is not right. Well, whether or not it has an effect on Arjuna, the sorrow in Arjuna has, from depression, he suddenly gets energy to vent out more at Krishna. He speaks immediately. Arjuna replies. He says, Arjuna Uvacha, Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhye Dronam cha Madhusudana Ishubhihi pratiyotsyami pujarha varisudana. Arjuna replied, tell me how. As with weapons equipped, stand revered Bhishma and Drona in my sight. Both these great souls I have always worshipped. Even in dreams, them I cannot fight. Now he's speaking a little bit more truthful. His emotion, he said, how? You're asking me to fight? How? Look who is standing there. It is Bhishma and it is Drona. These are people I have worshipped. These are like devas to me. Even in my swapna, I cannot fight a yuddha with my gurus. How can I fight? You're telling me Uttishta? How is it possible, Krishna? Next he goes on. Guruna hatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum bhaikshya mapiha loke hatvartha kamanstu guruni haiva bhunjiya bhogan pruthirap pradigdhan. Says instead of killing the experienced teachers mighty, even a life spent begging for alms is worthy. If for my desire of wealth they are dead, the worst of dreaded sins will loom over my head. He says, what will I get? My gurus are standing on this side, he says. Even if I become a beggar, it is fine, he says. For my, otherwise, and he, again, you see, he's killing, is it, if they are dead for my desire of wealth, then he says the worst sin will be on my head. Again, the sin, his perspective is still, no, kind of covered because of this aspect of sin. And he says this is again Guru Hatya, the worst of the sins anybody can think of. From Mitra Droha, Kulakshaya, he says this is Guru Hatya. There cannot be anything great, worse than this, is what he claims. But if you just look at it, somewhere we can probably empathize better, isn't it, with Arjuna right now? We can understand his situation. But it is not for his wealth is he fighting, no? That base is still wrong. Arjuna is still thinking about this only, that this is a fight for wealth. He's not considering it as a duty. He's not considering it as a dharma yuddha, because now his mindset is gone quite material. When does it become material? When you are more focused on what is going to come, what are the objectives, what are the returns. When you do something with a anticipation of getting something in return, your focus will always be on what's going to come, and your perspective is going to be covered by that. And the same thing we see here in Arjuna. He goes on further. Na chaitat vidmaha kataran no gariyo yadva jayema yadiva no jayeyuhu yanev hatva na jijiveshamste avasthitaha pramukhe dhartharashtraha. Killing my foes, my Kauravan brothers, I firmly refuse. He's calling them his brothers. Killing my foes, my Kauravan brothers, I firmly refuse. From these two outcomes, how can one choose? Our defeating them or our being defeated? As both ways, my own life shall be desecrated. He says, this is what we call a classical catch-22 situation. Anybody? Kalaji says, yes, it doesn't it? Human buddhi is chanchala. Yes, mind is like that, isn't? And especially when you are disturbed, then it's more chanchal than ever. Not mind, they say, is like a monkey. Chanchal mana is like a monkey with continuous itching only. That's not going to sit in one place. Right now, Arjuna's question: what is catch-22 situation? Anybody? Anybody has heard of this? What a catch-22 situation is? If someone can share or shed some light. Yes.
Is it between the deep sea and the devil?
The devil, and we're choosing between the devil and the deep sea. I think there also we can choose the sea better than the devil. But yes, Kalaji is adding something. Yes, please.
Do your doomed, don't do your doomed.
Both sides are doomed. Frying pan or fire. Both places I'm going to experience those consequences. That's what Arjuna is saying. And is he not right here? Is Arjuna right now? In this part at least.
But it wouldn't be like a surgeon who refuses to cut, to do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
surgery.
that is right. That is very nicely said. Yes, even if there is no hope, a doctor must try, isn't it? The attempt has to be made. But right now he feels it is pointless. I am going to suffer whether I participate or I don't participate. It's like now he has come to a realization somewhere that he is now trapped. He is like, Abhito situation is out of control, and I am now helpless. I need help. I am now trapped. Till now, he was sure that his direction of escaping is the right route. But when Krishna just told him that this has no relevance, you have to stand up, then he realizes, yes, that is also part of my duty. But I can't choose that duty also. He is now confused. This is the beautiful shloka or the most important shloka, which is the shloka number 7 of the second adhyay. If you see, this is the entire reason we have the beautiful dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. This is the dialogue this is the shloka where he gives what we call the magic words, which allow Krishna to work on him. This is the shloka where we see the first step of surrender from Arjuna. Surrender is not just like what is the meaning of surrender, also we look at it. Let us see what Arjuna does here. कार्पण्य दोषो पहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यत् श्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. I repeat it once more. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यत् श्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. I ask to you in this state of confusion, tell me my right course of action. Thus afflicted and infected by fear, I seek your refuge. Show the way, teacher. I repeat once more. I ask to you in the state of confusion. Tell me my right course of action. Thus afflicted and infected by fear, I seek your refuge. Show the way, teacher. This is the first step of Sharanagati. He says, Shishyasteham Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam. Hey Guru, show me the direction. The surrender of a Shishya to the Guru. This is the first step we can say. Sri Aurobindo talks about surrender being a lifelong process. It's just once you utter in the words, it is not everything. You have to practice it. You have to experience. You have to become conscious. But at least this allows Krishna to guide his beloved Arjuna. Because until this is there, Krishna is not going to start the pravachana of the Gita. Is this a little bit manipulative by Krishna? Or is this a very logical thing? Anybody?
You won't be receptive unless you surrender there. You
Yes,
won't be
isn't it?
receptive to what Krishna is saying.
A doctor operates on a patient after the patient gives the consent, isn't it? Without the consent, operation cannot be possible. You are now going in, surrendering yourself in the hands of the Vaidya. Maybe you might still believe in the divine, but now in this kshetra, in the hospital, you are now having belief here. Oshadhi Janani Toyam Vaidyo Narayano Hari. So that surrender has to be there. It's all right. If you're not satisfied, you can afterwards decide, I do not like this. But when you can't tell doctor, surgery karte waqt aise jana, remember, do this, do that. You can't do all of that. It has to be, you are a patient, your dharma of patient must be followed. Let the doctor follow the dharma of the Vaidya. It is as simple as that. The Shishya Arjuna wants direction, he should ask for direction, only then he will receive. This is the same thing. Even God does not grant unless you ask, unless you aspire. It is not that he cannot grant. It is just that we'll say, time nahi hai mere paas. Jao. We don't want. They say, Atithi Devo Bhava. Well, Bhagwan comes as Atithi. Sometimes in our life, he knocks on our door, but we say we don't have time. We don't want. We're not receptive. It's not possible for us to receive unless we aspire, we seek for grace, Only then, and for that, the surrender is required. That is why people surrender. People go to gurus, people surrender, and this has been happening in Sanatana Dharma from the beginning, isn't it? But there's a big question now. Arjuna was anyway going to surrender. He was going to surrender to Duryodhana. Now he surrendered to Krishna. What's the difference? Isn't it the same?
At all.
Yes,
Not at all.
not at
Surrendering to
all.
Krishna.
Why is it,
Surrendering to
Triptiji?
surrendering to Sri Krishna is like surrendering to the divine. And
Okay.
surrendering to Duryodhana is like losing the entire dharma. It is kind of an
Okay.
adharma to Arjuna.
Yeah, it is not showing up. When you surrender to Guru, it is not showing white flag to the enemy, isn't it?
Correct, correct.
When you do that to enemy, enemy will destroy. But a Guru will transform when you surrender to the Guru.
Correct,
What will the Guru take from you? Guru does not take anything. He is what we can say catalyst, isn't it, for bringing about a transformation. And the grace flows. That is why we have in our parampara also, when we go to elders, why do we touch the feet of the elders as a tradition? Because the principle in that behind it is that we are now recognizing when we do namaste, we do nama to that divinity inside of the other person. Maybe I can learn from it. If I say, ye to murkha hai, what will I learn from that other individual? It is like that in school when we were learning theorems, maybe we might have a different way of proving the theorem. But when the teacher is teaching a way, we will listen to that way because that is how we can learn. That is the simplest way. And this surrendering to a guru is completely different from surrendering to a enemy. My Guruji, Sri Madhusudan Damliji, when he was very young, he was told that there is one Baba has come. You surrender, like they go get. He's giving diksha. And so he was interested in receiving spiritual knowledge, but he was very young, a young boy. So he was a little scared also. And he went and because he had known a lot of Babajis tell something and do something. So as a young boy, he went inside and then he heard the wonderful words of the Babaji. Babaji told him, be like this in life, do these words. And he said, now you have to give. You have to give me something. I want Guru Dakshina, he said. Now his hand went into his pocket. They used to have these coins with a hole in it. And he was like, this coin is he going to take? And he just takes out. He said, मेरे पास ज़्यादा नहीं है, मेरे पास इतना ही है. Then that Babaji started laughing loudly. He said, I don't want this. I want something else. What is it? He said, he was happy. He does not want money. First, he was worried. What is it? When the Guru said, he says, I want your kama, krodha, mada, moha, matsar. I want this. He says, okay, he's not taking my money. It's good. But then he said, how do I give? He said, now you must remember you have surrendered this to me. Then you will not have these things inside of you. That was a very brilliant principle, isn't it? That is the aspect. That is the true meaning of surrender. And that is why this is a very beautiful. We have this, they say Vande Guru Parampara. It is happening from the ancient times, isn't it? Whatever the Guru has, then the Guru can transform. That reception is also possible, transmission is also possible. That is why Krishna had to wait and allow this pressure cooker to leave all the steam first. When that steam went out, somewhere clarity came, and then he said, oh, I'm scared. Boss, I'm very afraid. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhav. He says, Dharma sammudha, I don't even know what my dharma is right now. This is clarity. Arjuna got some clarity, his realization of his ground. Okay, it's like, chalo theek hai, I got 5 out of 100. At least I understood, no? I have understood my situation here. Now I can progress. If I don't understand, I cannot. So he has understood this and he says, Shishya I am your Shishya. Show me the way, Master. Show me the way, teacher. And then one more shloka is there. We look at that and we will stop. Technically, the Bhagavad Gita begins after this only because after Arjuna's first act of surrender, Krishna is able to start. And please be ready, like little more patient because just because Arjuna has said I'm surrendering, he's going to take a lot of time to actually surrender. He's going to ask questions, and that is why Gita is beautiful. If I was there in place of Arjuna, it would have been very useless and boring. And just one line, I would have like, Krishna, what should I do? Krishna would have said, fight. I would say, okay, yes, sir, gone. No dialogue. But Arjuna is there. He's going to ask why. He's going to ask, how can I trust you? Like, kuch bhi bol rahe ho. I'm not, just because I've said I listen to you, will tell me anything. We'll have shlokas like this, where Arjuna is going to question. But that is why it is a Guru Shishya Samvada. Through this discussion, which is divine discussion in the middle of the battlefield, somehow they're having all the time in the world. All the time in the world is there. That relaxation is also there. That shows the detachment. Krishna was already a master yogi, Vairagi also. He knows what is right, what is needed at the right moment and right time. This is that beautiful dialogue. Both of them are now, in a way, removed from the battlefield. It is just going to be a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, as if they are now in a different time chamber only, where everything is now frozen. But this is where the dialogue takes place. Arjuna goes on further. He says, he is now really depressed. He's really sorrow, probably very teary-eyed also, as he's confessing to Krishna his difficult situation. He says, Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyad yat shokam achoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatnam ruddham rajyam suranam api chadhipatyam. He says, my heart has become so numb. Kuch, nothing is feeling nothing right now. It's become so numb. I have no emotions at all. That much sorrow has come inside, he says. I am unable to see what will drive my numbness away. Overwhelming me, this sorrow is here to stay. No happiness will come from any earthly aristocracy, neither godhood, nor by an absolute supremacy. he's, he's not for leaving that aspect as if somebody is going to give him a freebie of godhood or aristocracy or he's going to get a rajya. But he says, no, my sorrow is so much that I don't think anything in the world can make me happy again. This looks like it is just this sorrow is like it's going to stay with me. It is something very heavy. And no happiness will come from anything in the world, even if I were to really get exalted and become a deva. Because this is the beautiful aspect. Our Sanatan Dharma talks about evolution of us. Sri Aurobindo talks about man becoming divine, ordinary life getting transformed into a divine life or a life divine. That is a possibility for us, for humans to lead exalted lives. He says, even if I get whatever is that promised divine life or whatever that divine life is, I'll still not be happy looking at what's going to happen, is what he says. This is Arjuna's situation. He is in the rock bottom, but with sincerity, he is able to at least realize it. He is not being insincere. This sincerity and surrender is what makes Arjuna the favorite of Krishna. There are so many people who could have got this. What was so special about Arjuna? Was he super intellectual? We don't know. There might have been smarter people than Arjuna in the level of intellect. Bhima was stronger than Arjuna in some aspects also, in the shaurya, in the strength of physical. What was beautiful of is the sincerity. Anybody looking at Arjuna will not think that Arjuna is maybe such an experienced person. It will look like he's just a young boy. And that is how he is in front of Krishna, not in front of the world. So we'll stop at shloka number 9 so we can directly start looking at Krishna's shlokas afterwards. Sanjaya Uvacha. एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः. Sanjay said to Arjuna, the mighty, who had even mastered sleep, to he who was unstable and in darkness deep. O king, to him Sri Krishna then spoke, the warrior within Arjuna, he sought to provoke. So to this beloved Arjuna, who was in such a deep darkness, the one who had got such mastery of mind, the one who had overcome even the need to sleep, that's his name, Gudakesha, the one who has conquered even the desire to sleep. To that champion, to that Parantapa, Krishna is going to open. What are the words of Krishna? We will see. What is the language? But you will see, you will find it something very interesting. There's a word Prahasanniva, Bharat. He is smiling right now. I don't know how anybody can smile in this situation. Well, Krishna can smile, even in the worst situation also, because he probably has that higher insight. Let's hope we also receive it. So our issues of Mahabharata also, we can take it with a little bit of a smile. But with this, we stop. We will now continue tomorrow. Uh, yes, anybody, if you can share something, what is it that we can take home with us today? Some of the points which we can take home from today's discussion.
We are
And
not
if
our
queries are there, yes, ma'am. Yes, ji.
we are not our negative thoughts.
Brilliantly said. Yes, we are not our negative thoughts and emotions. आएंगे, we'll have, oh, I'm useless, I'm hopeless. It's all right. I'll feel it, but that does not mean I am hopeless. Or this is just this moment right now I am feeling. My feelings do not define me all the time. My feelings will keep fluctuating. So that is one important point Vijayji has said. Yes, anybody else would like
In
to
the
add
state
something?
of confusion, the right way is to say Shishyasteham.
Yeah,
That we
yeah.
always remember. I think
Yes,
that
yes.
is the
It's
biggest take
next
home for today.
magic word, isn't it? Shishyasteham. Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam. But magic word when uttered to Krishna, a great liability when uttered to Duryodhana or anybody else. Yes, Anita ji wants to raise something, share something? Yes, please.
So for me, the lesson for today was uh, having empty mind, surrendering to Sharanagati was very important, and the विवेक of किसके सामने शरणागत होना है. that
Yeah,
that I mean, surrendering is one part, but surrendering to, I think you said the word, whether to guru or to the enemy,
yeah,
that is what for me is the lesson of the day.
yes, yes. Ji. Yeah, they say there's a nice saying in Hindi. Guru banana jaan ke, pani pina chhan ke. So we have to be conscious. We have to sense. But it is actually many times the search for guru is not really done on a mental level, or it's like the this person has this many followers or so many people. This guru has done this miracle. This guru looks like this. The beard length is this much, or this person has achieved this much. It's nothing. It is a very different aspect. You have to have sincerity and you have to be ready. When you are ready, the guru is, it is like a tattva. It presents itself. Um, we don't have to go through certain experience. Some people have to. People like me had a very bad time. I don't think everybody needs to have that. Just crying, crying, crying in front of so many places, so many things, hoping I'll find sometime or the other. But even without crying, also we can happily find. Also, we just keep getting better and better. And at the moment comes to us in life, that is a divine arrangement which happens. Krishna came to Arjuna where in the Yuddha. Not a moment later, not a moment earlier. Exactly at the right time. That this is a divine celestial relation. It's one of the beautiful relations of human life. It gives a what we call the second birth in a person's life. For that, we just have to be sincere. We have to be ready and open. We will find in our life, we'll get the direction. And that is a universal tattva. That is what is said. It is like we say how we can say akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena charachara tat padam darshitam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha or ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha. So we will find, we will get the direction wherever we are. Sri Aurobindo inside of a jail waiting to be hanged for a crime he has never committed. There he got the direction. He got directly sakshat from Krishna himself. He got the direction. So it does not matter where you are. That was a very horrible place, by the way. 6 by 9 feet, solitary confinement, designed to make people go crazy only, and there he gets the highest realization. I don't think we are in such a difficult situation. So we have greater potential of, I mean, greater chance in a little more comfortable situation also we can find. We don't have to go through a bad experience. But that aspect is there. Sincerity of Arjuna would help us if we can. That's why it is said, cultivate Arjuna consciousness. Krishna consciousness will come running to you. So anyway, with this, we are anything else? Anybody would like to any other points that we have not covered? We can look at it and we conclude with the Shanti mantra. Yes, please. Anybody? Right. I think if we are done. So let us see what Krishna is going to share. Let us see what is it the Bhagavad Gita is going to offer to us. Okay, Hari Om. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Hari Om Tat Sat. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Hari Om. Punar Milama. See you tomorrow. Weekends we will not have our session. It will be Monday to Fridays. Namaste. Thank you. Punar Milama.
Thank you, Guruji.
Namaskar.
Namaste.
Hari Om. Hari Om. If there are no queries, no questions, we close the session.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes,
Hari
namaste.
Om.
Hari Om ji.